Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows. We've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
Welcome, everybody, to the pre-game program. Pre-game program. Erin, are you still on the pre-game from last night? This girl straight off a plane from New Orleans. I am in Seattle. We will get into all that later. Right now, what's important is the questions you guys submit, and we love you for it. So, first things first, this one's for you, sister. Watch Me Tay-Tay, which first of all is adorable, a playoff. Watch Me Nay-Nay, the first time I've ever actually understood someone's name.
I thought Tay-Tay was Taylor Swift. That's adorable.
Very cute. Erin, how were the tunes, quote, I need this, tunes in NOLA?
Amazing. And I feel like one of my best friends wrote this. I know you didn't, maybe Jillian did, or maybe Mark Ingram or Cam Jordan, where we sat there and talked about tunes last night after the game. Tunes were fire. They're naughty by nature. I mean, it's always good in New Orleans. Really,
do they have a
enjoyed
DJ?
It.
So to set this up for you guys, each stadium, I get excited for, especially Erin, having been on the road much longer than I've been. You get excited because, like Carolina, Erin warned me, has a great, like the DJ there is fire. You get so excited. And that was in Philly. They were playing so much Taylor Swift when I was there for that pregame. So you get excited to go to different cities for various different reasons. Of course, teams, hotels, and the quote tunes in the stadium. So do they have a DJ or is it just somebody in the good old press box playing it?
I don't know if they do. And forgive me if you are the DJ there and are a calm down fan, because it sounds like I need to calm down and pay attention. But it's always like so loud. It was different, right? Doing a preseason game there, not as crazy as it always is in the Caesars Palace Superdome. Welcome back. But the tunes are fire. Kevin was on one last night. He was amazing. He said a couple ones that you would love. We were doing, they showed Will Anderson Jr.'s mom dance, and he goes, she loves the naughty by nature. And I loved him for that. And then another great one that I died for. I love a good play-by-play guy that gets a little subtle.
Sassy.
Yeah. We were showing highlights of D'Amico Ryans talking about why he was so pumped to come to Houston. And he said excited a ton of times, which I do a lot. And Kevin goes, Jesse Spano, or D'Amico Ryans with the old Jesse Spano from Saved by the Bell, where she's like, I'm so excited. I'm so scared. So good, Kevin.
The reference, because it's if you get it, then you get it. And we're ready.
Yep. One time, Joe Buck did one I'll never forget. It was a 1:00 kick in Philly. And it just, it's why he's so good. It came out of nowhere. He said, all right, and we are back. And to quote Tone Loc, let's do it. And they kicked the ball. It was awesome.
Amazing.
I pissed myself.
You know who was like that? Not in a play-by-play fashion, but Robert Flores on SportsCenter was unbelievable.
Awesome.
He would throw in these zingers that you're just like, if you get, so Brian McKnight, okay, we all know R&B singer, like Back at One, like the whole thing, whatever.
Yeah.
He came out, and I don't know where this cat had been in hiding. He came out with a song that was very inappropriate. Like, I don't even know how I got clearance to like make it on the radio. Out of nowhere, Flores is doing a highlight. He's like, 3-2 count, bottom of the ninth. Anyone heard that new Brian McKnight song? It was so great. And we know the ESPN brass was not happy about that.
Awesome.
He got called into the principal's office real quick after that one. So fun. Watch Me Tay-Tay. Thank you for your submission.
So cute.
We're all out of time after that answer. Next.
Now we have an anonymous submission.
This is new here on the pregame.
Yeah,
You're allowed to submit anonymously, and we're getting some real good ones on that. Go ahead.
We are. Caught a close friend cheating on their husband. Confront it or stay quiet. I say confront it.
Confront it all day, because I think about if I'm on the other side of that and I find out later that if you knew something, and this is, I don't think there's anything specific, but like if you know something that I should know, I would be so mad at you that you didn't tell me. Even if it hurts my feelings, even if it's something that's going to like disrupt my life, I'll be more upset and question, okay, so you're not a real friend if you don't tell me. So yes, you need to tell, because it's not your fault that this is happening. It'll be your fault if you don't say something.
Right.
Also, anonymous submission. I need more information. How did you find out? What's going on? We need a follow-up segment on all anonymous submissions, because we still need a follow-up on what happened with our last one.
I know. Can you guys just get back to us?
Are you in a relationship?
Exactly.
Next one we have got, again, I'm going to screw this up. Shanaj. Have you two ever had a disagreement?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty heated.
I think... Yeah, we got fired up one time with each other. And the best part about it was the next night I had to host an event for Erin was the recipient for the St. Jude's incredible Person of the Year award. She was the first female to ever receive this honor for the Pat Summerall Award for St. Jude's.
Night before, we were motherfucking each other.
Very prestigious honor. And we were going to town on each other the night before and basically unloading every thought we had on one another. And then the next night I get up and I was like, everyone put your hands together for this very inspirational gal. But it was actually a great way to get over it, because it made me realize that our friendship was strong enough to have that conversation. And then conversely, the next night, truly say everything that I love about Erin as well. So I think any good friendship or any good relationship should be able to have those kind of blow ups and then find resolution in it. So yeah, we've had him.
Oh yeah. Carol. Carol Baldwin, tips for skin breaking out with so much plane travel. I travel a lot for work too, and it kills me. Girl, I feel you. It's hard for me. Charissa really makes an effort at the airport. I just try to wear minimal makeup on a plane, because it's just you got to give your skin a break. Now, if you have to go to a meeting, maybe you could just do a little bit and then add it in the car. I know that's a pain in the ass, but I know I look like a nightmare for my crew, especially at 5 a.m. this morning in the New Orleans airport. Whoa, hey, God. Concealer does a lot, but I just think you need to give your skin a break. Also, too, Chris is great about taking showers 7 times a day. Maybe try to wash your face when you get to the hotel or wherever you're traveling to. Also, keep your hands away from your face when you're traveling. Blech.
So a couple things on this. It's well documented and spoken about on my end about my bouts with acne, 20 years of it, 10 decades, 2 decades worth of acne, divide by 1. Numbers never lie. Everyone see that show? No. The numbers didn't lie. No one watched that show. Where's Michael Smith? Get off your laptop. I think this. I used to. Everyone, grab a mitt because the balls are flying. I don't need balls flying at my face. What was that from?
What is that from?
What is that from? Clueless.
Yes.
I don't want balls flying. It's a very expensive designer.
Good.
It's Alaya. Good. So back to the originally scheduled program and answer to the question. I used to want to be cute all the time. I'm going to put on heels and walk through the airport and be adorable. And I just did an interview, so I have a full face of makeup. This face would have went to the airport in this because I was trying to be adorable and look for my soulmate. Now this gets scrubbed off as soon as this podcast is over. Full on serum slathered on the face and comfortable clothes. So to Erin's point, it's time. It's time to relinquish. And also, I feel like I look older with a lot of makeup on. So I'm getting into the less is more and probably should have done it 10 years ago. So
oh my God. On our full-length podcast that is released on Thursdays for those of you that need a schedule.
Album drop.
I want to discuss shorts on a plane.
Not to be confused with snakes on a plane.
Writing it down.
Shorts on a plane.
I can't.
Ew. Because you got that voice note I left you when we were talking about it. Mm-hmm.
Put some clothes on.
Put some clothes on right now. Okay.
Put some clothes on.
I also don't know what our timing is. Is Ryan available?
Nope.
Okay.
Can't make it.
Carol Baldwin tips. Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
I'm following along. Jill Hand, what is the hardest part of your job? Go 40.
This is it. The next day, 4:30 wake up, 6:30 flight home. Yeah, slept 3.5 hours on the plane with my neck all jacked up, but now trying to function and you feel like shit all day. And I only have 2 days at home. Well, I really have a day and a half before I have to go back on the road. So this is kind of it. Somebody asked me, are you going to take a nap? Nap. Ryan's back. He's back.
You're tired. You take a nap.
Okay,
you don't move to
Ryan.
Napa. Is Mac taking a nap right now? I missed a baby.
He is taking a nap. It was nice to come home and see him. This was my first time away. We can talk about that on the full length, writing it down.
We're going to, because that was one of my questions to you that I was thinking about you this morning, where what a crazy journey of like the 20 years you've worked in the industry, 25 years, whatever number we're at, that this is the first time you're going to come home to a smush phase. So I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that and everything else in between. Okay, last question is, yay, Tay. Are you fans of Miley Cyrus? I am a fan. I don't want to say, like, I'm not a fan of Miley Cyrus. I don't know a ton of her music. I know it when Erin starts singing it, or the one from the photo shoot that you were like really into. I remember you were sitting down for a DK Metcalf interview. It was like 2 years ago. And it was like this hot song, and she was like listening to it on repeat and ended up using it in the feature and the whole thing. I like anyone that's authentic. And so she falls under that category. She's unapologetic. She's had a lot of different versions of herself. And I like someone that can also write a song that gets back at their ex. So flowers to you.
I can't be changed. That's so long ago. I like her. Yeah, she's good. I can't imagine not having a relationship with Liam Hemsworth not work out. I would have done anything for that to work out. Not saying to be with him, but I would do anything
for love.
But we have a great producer back.
But I won't do that.
What won't he do?
Remember that video?
What won't he do?
I don't know, but that video was unbelievable on the motorcycle and the hair flying back.
But what will he not do?
I'll tell you what we're not going to do. Keep going on this pregame, because we've got a lot more material where this is coming from. Grab your coffee, cocktails, stay with us. The Full Length Podcast is this Thursday. And Erin is straight off the road and has stories already. I am on the road and the flight's been canceled, makeup intact. And I did something in an interview that I've never done before. That's a tease in the biz. Stay with us.
And she's on one right now. And she is sassy pants.
And in one. Mm-hmm. That's really funny.
Are we on? Let's just say this is our pregame. Welcome to the pregame, guys.
Welcome.
Calm down. We were just discussing when we came on air. You heard me. We're live. When we came on air, what our mothers would call
for 98.7 Sports Talk Radio. When we came live on air, we take callers all day, every day.
I-95 is jammed. We suggest you look into I-75. What was I going to say? We were talking about what our mothers would call it when our dads would excuse themselves and go use the restroom. My dad, avid Boston Red Sox fan, would call it, Dad's gone to go think about the Red Sox. Would your mom say anything, or your dad's just in the bathroom?
No, and the impetus of this conversation was because last week Erin said, when I was reading the paper, I'm like, you're not reading the paper. You're reading your phone or your iPad is what you're reading. But I said, what was it back in the day that dads would always grab the sports pages and be in the bathroom for hours on end? It's like blowing out the place. And it's like, light a candle. Doesn't happen anymore. Those were the good old days, you know? Welcome to the podcast, the pregame, that is, for those of you new to the segment, because you saw our critically acclaimed 5 top rookies and decided to tune in for the first time.
Hey!
This is where we answer your guys' questions, and we appreciate all of you that submit. Remember, you can submit anonymously if you don't want to be linked to us or this podcast.
Whoa.
Go, girl.
I actually want to send one in anonymously. Have we talked about that?
Jesus. No.
It's for something that's going on in our friend group, but it's for one of my friends.
Now you're giving it away.
I want to send it in. I asked Jared about it, and he goes, don't do it.
You're ridiculous. You want to send it in anonymously, but you just told on yourself. Can't wait to read that anonymous question. God. Do you want to also include her name starts with a C and ends with an A?
No.
Anyways.
It's not this friend group. It's another friend group.
I don't have any other friends, so this is the only group I got.
Which First means question, you wouldn't know anonymous. How to answer this question from anonymous. Tips to meet friends in a new city. We don't have any.
I do need I need the answer to this question. Here, I'll say this. I've moved a lot. Tips to me, I would always
move on.
Always. I'm a gal that loves to saddle up and eat dinner at a bar. So I think that's always a good way to meet people and talk to people, because usually people that sit at a bar are usually sitting alone, or there's only a couple of them. That's why you're not sitting at a table. So
I'm into going to the bar
social.
alone, like especially on the road. If I have to get work done, I like it.
Me too. I got no problem with that. But it's a very social place. A water cooler with a stool or a counter, whatever, stool, if you will. So what else? To meet friends in a new city. I think it's cool I've never done this, but I've heard about people that do this, like joining a softball team or a soccer team or different things like that. And I think New York has a pretty good, like, older, like crowd kind of vibe in that way.
Workout classes are good
sense,
sometimes too. You catch somebody's eye in class and be like, maybe she thinks I'm really good at doing this like whole like set or this whole. I want people around me to think I'm good and not bad. So I feel like it's a lot of pressure sometimes.
That's good motivation that you're doing it for the gals or guys in class to catch their eye. You know what I mean?
Andrew
Next, Anna Marie.
Go ahead.
Jesus. What was that, Tourette's? Anna Marie Gainey, do y'all wish you could switch places? You're adorable with the y'alls. This is, I say y'all, and I have no business saying y'all. I never lived in the South.
Hey, y'all.
I lived in Tennessee for about 5 seconds, and that's not even like the real South. Probably offended everyone in Tennessee, but you know what I mean. You say y'all. You have every right to say that.
Yeah, but our friends at Stafford say y'all, so we got it from them, so it's fine.
I just love when those girls say yes, ma'am, or
ma'am.
So sweet, or no, sir.
Switching
y'all wish
places.
You could switch places.
I want to talk about this on the big show because I got to visit you guys in the studio again this week. It was so much fun. There's so many stories to tell about it. Yes, certain things I wish I could do in studio. You never are affected. Like this week in Cleveland, it's supposed to be 50 to 60 chance of rain. Like shit. Like that just ruins the whole like fucking 4 hours for me. But I can't walk around in those heels. As you saw me, I was totally barefoot in the studio yesterday because I can't do it. But the camaraderie is so much fun. It's a great scene. Like it's just but it's so exhausting.
Do you want me to correct you on the camaraderie, or do you want to go ahead and say it again?
How do you say it?
No, try it.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Oh.
But it's okay. We'll get a charcuterie board later.
How did the Jets players say it?
Now I don't know. No, it's well, that's different. Yeah. Anyways, it was so bad, but it was so great at the same time. Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Alvin Kamara. And I got to get Alvin Kamara on line one because
I love him.
Now I'm all messed up. I've been saying Alvin Kamara for the last few years, but now I heard it's Mara. And then it's like, is it Devon A-Chain or A-Chan? There's a lot of things. Is it Rihanna or Rihanna? I want to know. I want to get to the bottom of all of this, but we only have so much time here in the pregame. What's my name? There you go. Good job, Erin. That's good. Good.
Camaraderie. Hey.
Okay. Tyler Millett, do you see yourself ever coaching your child's sports teams? Well, I'm never having children, so let's direct this question to Max Roger Stoll's mother.
Coach,
this T-ball coach over here.
Yes. Probably daddy will coach his sports teams, but
that's so cute.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be really good.
Can you imagine you as the coach out there? You'd start yelling at the kid and then be in trouble from like one of the 12 parents. You're like, well, your kid's a loser, so he shouldn't be on this team.
He has no camaraderie. He wouldn't know camaraderie if it bit him in the face. Next.
Go, you're up.
Book and French. Best book you've ever read. Babysitter's Club.
You forgot the R. Brooke and French. Oh. Best book you've ever read? Best book you've... No, we haven't been drinking, but it feels like we're going to be drinking later.
Salem's Lot. So good.
You want to include James and the Giant Peach? What reading list are you on? 3rd grade?
No,
hey,
that's Stephen King.
Oh my God, John Grisham was sold out. You had to go to Stephen King. Oh my God. I'll tell you how I got the job at ESPN. It was because of the last book I read.
War and Peace.
And I'm going to tell that story. Whoa. No, it was Anna Karenina, big Tolstoy fan. I read a book that was way above my pay grade and intellect. And I don't know why I read it, probably to try to sound smarter. And it had just so happened that I finished reading it. So I walked into one of the patriarchs of the ESPN establishment, John Walsh. Oh. And he was an avid reader. And one of his questions, unbeknownst to me, what was the last book you read? And I had an answer that got me the job. So I'll tell that story on the big show because it's actually a good lesson for all you kids out there. All of you that are listening. Not my kids. Last question, girl. What do we got?
Mac with a K, Morgan 38. How many dates before going exclusive is discussed?
Oh, I like this one. I like this question.
I feel like the second you start exclusive means you're going to have no more dates because they're going to run for the hills. Beverly Hills.
That's true. That's true. But this is so interesting. I'm someone that clearly track record would support falls in love and very quickly because I love. But I don't know. I think that it's tough. It's if you guys both are feeling it, like be exclusive, but that's a tough conversation to have because it depends on the age. It depends on the circumstances. I don't have a definitive answer for that, but I would say go off of feeling. And if I don't know. What's a good way to throw it out there? You can't be like, what are we doing? I mean, that's just, Oh,
what are we doing that's here?
Where's the white flag? Abort mission on that one. You can't ask those questions. I say it's a feeling. Oh, what a feeling. Dancing on the ceiling.
Watch out.
All right. We have a lot to discuss on the big show. For those of you guys that are new to the program, Erin referred to it one week and it has stuck. So Thursday, our big show episode will come out. We got to talk about week 5. We got to talk about Erin's home game, all the things that happened in studio, the fun that was had.
Having dinner with Big Poppy and Derek Jeter. Come on
She had
now.
A dinner. I mean, not to be confused with the Last Supper, but lots to discuss. Join us then. Remember, submit all questions, comments, and concern to the Calm Down podcast. We appreciate you guys caring. And I can't wait for Erin's not anonymous question next week.
I can't wait for your concern to be how I pronounce words. Camaraderie, line 1.
You're doing great, sweetie.
God, I never said that on air. Well, I did.
But give it a whirl. See how it goes. Welcome, everybody, to the Calm Down podcast. This is the pregame portion of your program. As I initial these things, you guys writing questions, comments, and concerns. Remember, you can do them anonymously, which I like. Maybe I'll start submitting questions anonymously. You won't know it's me. I don't know. See what happens.
You stole that from me. I told you I had a question I wanted answered.
Oh, remember? I didn't steal anything from you.
And that one took a turn.
I was going to say, you never submitted that because there was definitely more questions than answers in that situation offline.
Terrible.
All right, you guys. First things first. Oh, this is cute.
Yeah.
AK801, favorite board game. My favorite board game is Clue. It always has been. Ooh. I still have a dream. Oh, okay. Well, then you won't be coming to the Clue party that I want.
Not good at
what
it.
I wanted. Okay. Well, what I've always wanted to do is have a Clue party in real life, and everyone dresses up as one of the characters: Colonel Mustard, Mrs. Plum, Mrs. Scarlet, Mrs. White, whatever. And then you have a murder mystery party. I think it would be so fun. I love this game, although I was always perturbed that you had to have at least 3 players because no one ever wanted to play. Clearly, you won't be playing with me. So 3 players, loved it. Second runner-up is Chutes and Ladders. Go.
I was going to say Chutes and Ladders, but I have a question. In Clue, there's a character named Colonel Mustard.
Yes, he is, as you can assume, the mustard
Yellow?
Color of the little peas. Yes, Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the wrench.
What's a conservatory?
Classic character. Okay, she's not playing. Conservatory is one of the rooms where you can. Do you know what a wrench is?
Yeah, but I don't know what a conservatory is. Is that where nuns are?
No, that's a convent.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fresh off a flight from Philadelphia.
She is. And we will talk about that on our full length podcast. This one had the game of the year last year, and there were fights and all sorts of things.
Put your finger out of my face.
You look
Get your finger.
Great.
No,
with a slick back pony.
Well, it's slick back because it still looks like crap from yesterday where it was raining and misting the whole time. And I just clearly said, you know what? The fact we don't have hair out on the road, this is exactly why. Because this hair looks crazy. Anyways.
Well, I'm going to save this for the full length podcast because you also don't realize that the second that your camera goes up, we hear everything and see everything you do. So when you were like, I look like a wet dog, this is crazy. There was like a million things I wanted to text you, but you were going to go into your hit. So I was like, I'm just going to lay out on this one.
I looked crazy.
The comedy is in the shit that you say before. Sometimes during yesterday, which by the way, Cherry's like, oh, you've got jokes. I like the theatrics. And I'm like, no, that's just Erin doing a report like a normal person and having personality. Yeah. Okay, I digress. We'll talk about this on the full length podcast.
7 hours before I needed to. We'll talk about that. I'm writing it down. Being at the game 7 hours before I need to. Okay, anonymous. We love anonymous. Keep them coming. We won't say who you are because we don't know. It's anonymous. My best friends and I hate one of our friends' boyfriends. Ooh, he can't hold a job, very negative and picky, and even got them to spend thousands on a dog that he takes no part of. We've noticed he influences her to make bad financial decisions, even though she used to be very financially smart. They've been dating for about 5 years. Should we talk to her? Yes!
Was this an old submission by you from previous boyfriends of mine? Because there's a lot of boxes that were checked off here of various people in my past.
Why was it taking you 5 years to talk to her? That's crazy. And I'm sure she probably knows you don't like him anyways. What's wrong with her? Doesn't she want to save her money? Financial decisions. Does he have a job? Oh, no, he can't hold a job. Yes, I think you bring it up to her. This is crazy.
I'm going to talk to you, Mrs. or Mrs. Anonymous, Ms. Anonymous from Experience and grab some hummus because this is going to be a minute. I have been on this side of it. And my lovely co-host and girlfriend, Erin, on this side, told me a lot of things about my my previous situations and brought to light things that I did not want to see. I chose to ignore, even if I knew they were there. She put a spotlight on them all. And as hard as it is to hear it, especially from the people that you love, they are saying it because they love you and they want the best for you. So I think you're doing your friend a complete disservice by not being totally honest with her about this. And especially if she keeps complaining about the same thing over and over again. I'm going through this with some friends right now where it's like, I hear the same thing over and over again. And finally, I'm like, change it because I'm someone who...
Seriously, you are? You haven't told me this.
I know because you've
That's
been
an
busy,
anonymous submission. Oh no, I'm having a midlife
said,
crisis. We'll talk about that in the big show.
We'll talk about all things. Yeah, because it's like I'm someone who will have I'll give you a lot of runway. But then once we're off that runway, it's the end of a cliff. And I can't keep endorsing or supporting the same narrative. I've read the same chapter of your book over and over and over again, and I'm bored. I'm putting the book down and you come back to me when you want to write the next chapter because this is boring and I just want my friends to be happy. So unless you want to make a change, and I'm saying this to the anonymous friend or the friend that I have, that unless you want to make a change, then it's going to be the same shit over and over again. So
I will say this. I'm not sticking up for your anonymous friend, which I can't wait till your anonymous friend submits a question to us about you. I had this friend and she hosts a podcast and now she just talked about me publicly. Oh, so nice to hear from you, anonymous.
God.
I want to bring up one thing that you said to me about when I, approached you about what was happening in your life. I thought it was really interesting. You said I always knew it, but I just didn't want to put that attention, that kind of, I didn't want to face it because I had failed before in another marriage. And as simple as that sounds, I fucking got it. And I felt bad that I didn't see it that way. But then I was like, all right, come on, we got to get out of this. This is so unhealthy.
No, you were my harshest critic. And I say this because in life, you are my harshest friend. And you have also, and that's a good thing because you will tell me truths that a lot of people are probably afraid to say or don't want to hurt my feelings or don't want to, whatever, put that on me. But you have also pushed me to make the best decisions in my life because of your honesty. So it'll make me emotional thinking about it. But if I don't get that from you, then I really don't get it from a lot of people because it's...
No, we all have our friends that do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you are. And so it's it's the best and the worst thing in the moment because you're like, fuck, she's right. But it's a really good friend will say things that you don't always want to hear, but you need to hear. So
I need
Miss
to hear
Anonymous,
who you're talking about, but we won't because that person's anonymous. So
oh my
probably
God,
listening. Anyway,
okay. But yes, go ahead and tell your friend if you're a real friend. And by the way, and I will say this too, because this is the last part on this, and I could do a whole podcast just on friends and this very topic. Oh, time's up. I would say be prepared for her to get mad, and if it hurts your friendship, then you probably didn't have the friendship that you thought that you had. And that's where you kind of need to be like, all right, I'm willing to like lose this person as a friend or lose the like, closeness of the friendship if she can't handle it, because that's just what comes with the territory. Okay, girl. Come to us. So we're really like
calm down today, Ugh.
Okay, Morg Fielder. Yep. Oh, this is great. This is for you, sister. Expecting my first baby in 8 weeks and freaking out. Tips for newborn life.
You
my
should
mommy,
be.
Sita.
You should be. This is the wrong week to ask me. I'll preview it for the big show. I had my first big like panic, anxiety, chest pains like week and just tough. So enjoy.
You're 6 months in. Yeah. Good for you.
Enjoy these next 8 weeks because after your kid comes, it's never going to be the same. Make sure you've got everything done on your checklist. Make sure you have everybody in order that you want coming and helping you out, because I obviously didn't physically have my baby, but once your baby comes there, your world is upside down. So just make sure you get your plans in order now and enjoy the QT time with your partner, because it's over. It must have been love, but it's all... Jarrett, that's a dedication to you. No, we're not getting divorced. Everyone relax. Here's my ring. There we go.
Oh, my God. Jesus. This is the time I need to put on a calm down sweatshirt. Okay. Next question.
Okay. Knitter Beth 509. Travis and Taylor are still loving it or over it? I love it. I still love it. I gotta be honest. I am really into this song right now. Like I think about it when I'm trying to go to sleep.
What?
Let's fast forward to 300 takeout coffees later. Is it over now? Jillian Gregory, our resident makeup artist, had a great song. Hey, why didn't that song slap when she first released it like it slaps now? Why is it so popular now?
Is that what the kids say?
Yeah.
Slaps?
It's a great
I don't know any of the verbiage.
But I'm into them still. Do your thing, guys.
I will tell you this right now. Here's a fun fact. And no, this isn't a plug for the podcast, but probably about the last 3 weeks, I have listened to You Need to Calm Down on my way into work in the morning at 4:30 a.m. because it just puts me in the right headspace where she's like, it's 7 a.m.
You're being
like
so loud.
You're so loud. I'm like, this is how I have felt about everyone in life.
Yep.
And I'm like, it is too early. It is too much.
Yep.
If you don't like it, just leave me alone and calm the fuck down. So yeah, I blast that thing going down Pico Boulevard with my coffee and it starts my day off right. And I whip on into that Fox lot and I am just as happy as can be knowing that she has set the literal background and soundtrack to my life.
And listen, I know we're going over, but I got a little intel this weekend from some wags out in Philly, not Eagles wags, and I'm not saying they're 49ers wags. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but some NFL wags. Yep. No, they're NFL. And somebody asked in front of me if what the gals on their team thought, and they were like, love it, adorable. And they were like, you know why?
Good.
Because that's a man. And she's with a man.
Yes.
Ooh, here's a good one. Here's a good take from an NFL wag, which I loved. She said this: for the first time publicly, it seems like she's with a guy that's not like, oh yeah, I'm with Taylor. Don't take my picture. I'm at the concert. She's with a guy that's
he's like Wall Street Journal. Yeah, I'm into it all.
I do.
I'm into it all.
Into it all. Mention it all.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of mentioning, we've got a lot to mention, discuss, and break down on the Full Length Podcast. I have a feeling, and I get a good feeling about something. You're not going to want to miss this one. We have a lot to discuss.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.